Hello everyone, in this video we're gonna learn how to solve systems of linear inequalities. Alright, so in the last video we already learned how to graph linear inequalities in two variables. Alright, so if you want to review our concept, please check out the previous video in the description below. Now, step number 1, we need to follow step in graphing an inequality in two variables to graph each inequality. Step number 2, the solutions to a system of inequalities are shown by the intersection of two shaded regions, right? The regions where the graphs overlap. Step number 3, check your work by picking a coordinate point in the overlapping area, then substitute it into the system of inequalities to see if it satisfies all inequalities. And step number 4, you need to make a conclusion. Alright, so let's take a look at the first example. So for example, if I have a system of inequality y less than 2s minus 3, and the second one is going to be 2s plus y greater than 2. Alright, so I need to graph the first one. Alright, so the first one already in slope-intercept form, so I just start from the y-intercept, which is negative 3 right here. So my y-intercept should be right here. Alright, now the slope is 2, right? So the slope is 2. I can write 2 over 1. And right should be 2. So I go up by 2 units and go to the right 1 unit. And I get this point right here. Up to right 1. Up to right 1. And I connect these points. Now make sure you look at the inequality symbol right here. Alright, there is no equal sign. So you must use dash line. So keep that in mind. So the line should be something like this. Alright. The next step you need to do is to pick a point 0, 0 right here. And then you substitute into this inequality. Alright, so I have 0 less than 2 times 0 minus 3. Now I'm going to simplify. I have 0 less than negative 3, which is false, right? So because the point 0, 0 make the statement false, I need to shade the opposite regions, right? So I need to shade this one right here. Now next one, I need to graph the second inequality right here. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is to convert this one into slope-intercept form. So I need to subtract 2s both sides, right? Alright, so it's gonna be this one cancel out. So y greater than negative 2s plus 2, right? So then I'm gonna graph the first one right here. Alright, so I'm gonna start from the y-intercept. So y-intercept equals 2. So it's gonna be right here. And then the slope is negative 2. So negative 2, I can write negative 2 over 1. So I'm gonna go down by 2. And then go to the right by 1 right here. So I get the points right here. Now go down by 2, go to the right 1 right here. And I get these points, this point, this point, and then I connect these points. And remember that I don't have the equal sign right here, which means I'm going to use dash line, right? So I have the line, something like this. Alright. Now next one, I need to pick the point 0, 0, right? So point 0 right here. Alright, so I substitute into this inequality right here. Alright, so I have 2 times 0 plus 0 greater than 2, right? So this guy right here equals 0 greater than 2, right? So this statement is false, right? So because this statement is false, you need to say the opposite regions. So the opposite region should be this guy right here. Right, so you see that two regions overlapping. So the overlapping portion should be this guy right here. This guy overlapping. You see that, right? So this guy overlapping, and this is solution to the system of inequalities. So I just write this one. This one should be solution. Alright, so you pick any points in these regions right here, and then we substitute into the system right here, and then these points satisfies both inequalities, right? So for example, I pick a random points right here, right? This point is gonna be 7, 2, right? This point is 7, 2. Now I substitute 7, 2 into two inequality right here, and then the point 7, 2 makes both inequalities true, right? So look, x equals 7, y equals 2. So y equals 2, I have 2 less than 2 times 7 minus 3, right? So it could be 2 less than 14 minus 3. So 2 less than 11. This is true, right? Now I check the second one right here, the inequality right here. So x equals 7, y equals 2. So I have 2 times 7 plus 2 greater than 2. 2 times 7 is going to be 14 plus 2 greater than 2. 14 plus 2 is going to be 16 greater than 2. And this is true statement, right? Now, we're going to bring up the calculator to check our work. So, we're going to hit y equals right here. And then, the first inequality right here, we need to change this one into less than, right? So we're going to move the cursor to the left, and we hit enter. And then we change this one into less than, like that. And then we go to OK, we hit enter. Alright, so we input the values right here. It's going to be 2s minus 3, right? So I have 2s minus 3. Now the second inequality right here, I need to convert this one into slope-intercept form, which is y greater than negative 2s plus 2, right? This one right here. Alright, so I need to change this one into inequality, right? So I hit enter, change this one to greater than, and then go to OK, hit enter. Now we just input negative 2s, so negative 2s plus 2, right? And then we hit graph, and we see that, look, the overlapping is this one right here. You see that? It's exactly the same thing right here. Alright? Now let's move on to the next example. So for example, if we have the system of inequalities 2s plus y less than or equal to 3, and 2s plus y greater than 5. Now first we need to convert this one into slope-intercept form. So this guy is going to be y less than equal to negative 2s plus 3, right? You just subtract 2s both sides. And the second one right here, you subtract 2s both sides, so you have what? Y greater than negative 2s plus 5, right? And you see that this inequality and this inequality, they have the same slope, which is the equation right here. Two lines should be parallel. Alright, so we start from the y-intercept 3. Okay, so I have 3 right here, and then the slope is -2, which means -2/1. So I'm gonna go down by 2 and go to the left by 1. I get this point right here. I can connect these 2 points to make the graph of this inequality, right? And I have the equal sign right here. So my line should be the solid line. So now I need to pick the point 0, 0, and then I'm gonna test this inequality. Alright, so the point 0, 0 right here, and I substitute over here. I have 0 less than or equal to -2 times 0 equal to 0, and I have 3 left, which is 2. So I need to shade these regions right here. Now let's graph the second one. So the second one right here, I need to start with the one that at 5, right? So 5 right here, and then the slope is -2, which means -2/1. So I'm gonna go down by 2 units, and then go to the right 1 unit. I get this point right here. Now I need to graph this guy. So I see that this guy has no equal sign, right? So the line should be the dashed line. Now I need to pick the point 0, 0, and then I'm gonna test, right? So point 0, 0, substitute over here. I have 0 greater than -2 times 0 is gonna be 0. And then this is 5 left right here. So 0 greater than 5, this is false. So because this is false, I need to say the opposite one, right? So the opposite one should be this guy right here. Now observe that 2 inequalities right here, when you graph it, there is no intersection regions. In other words, you see that 2 lines parallel, which means they have no intersection. So if they have no intersection and they have no overlapping regions, which means the system of inequalities has no solution. So this system has no solution. Alright, now you can use a calculator to check. So the first inequality, y less than or equal to -2x plus 3. So I hit y equals, and then I change this one into less than or equal to, right? So I hit enter, and then change it to less than or equal to. Hit OK. And then I'm going to input the value. It's going to be -2x plus 3. Now the second inequality, y greater than -2x plus 5. So this greater than already good. So this one I just add 5 and hit graph. Alright, so you see that 2 regions right here have no overlapping regions, which means there is no solution to the system of inequalities. Now let's move on to the next example. Given a graph below, draw a system of inequalities for the shaded regions. So you know that this guy right here is a solution to the system of inequality, right? Alright, so how do we write the system of inequalities given the graph? Alright, so we start from the first line right here. You see that? The horizontal line right here. Because the horizontal line right here is shaded above, right? So you see the horizontal line right here, this is the solid line. So the inequality must have the equal sign, right? Alright, so we recall the Christmas tree trick. Alright, if the line is going up like this, the equation should be y equals ms plus b. Alright, if the line is going down, y equals ms plus b. But the slope is negative, right? If the horizontal line like this, y equals y-intercept. Okay, if you see the vertical line, s equals s-intercept. Alright, now you see the horizontal line right here. So this is actually y equals y-intercept. And y-intercept is right here. It's going to be 3, right? So I put y and 3 right here. Now I need to determine if I have the greater than or equal to or less than equal to. Because I have a solid line right here, so I need to rule out these two cases right here. Okay, I only have this guy left. Alright, so I need to pick the point 0, 0. Right, so the point 0, 0 right here. And this is outside the shaded region, because the shaded region is going to be above right here. So this guy outside, which means when you substitute 0, 0 into this inequality, it makes the inequality false, right? So I have 0, x equal to 0, y equal to 0, right? So I have 0 right here and 3 right here. And I need this guy to be false. So in order for this guy to be false, this guy must be greater than or equal to, right? So I bring this one up over here, so it can be greater than or equal to. So I have the first inequality, y greater than or equal to 3, right? Now let's move on to the second one. The second one, I have the dash line right here, so I need to rule out the first two cases right here. And I only have two cases left right here, right? Alright, so I look at the line right here. So look at the Christmas tree, so which means I have the slope is positive, right? Now I need to pick 2 points on the graph and I find the slopes. So the first point right here, second point right here. I use rise over run, right? Rise, go down by 2, so it can be negative 2. And then go to the left, 1, so it can be negative 1. So the slope is negative 2 over negative 1, which is 2, right? Now the y-intercept is going to be 1 right here, alright? So b equals 1, right? So I put y, and then this is going to be 2s plus 1, right? Now I need to pick the point 0, 0. So you look at the point 0, 0 stay outside the shaded region. Actually, this guy, they shade everything to the left hand side right here. Okay? So the point 0, 0 make the inequality false. Right? Because inequality false, and then you shade the opposite, right? Alright, so I substitute the point 0, 0 into this one right here. So I have 0, and this is 2 times 0, it could be 0. 0 plus 1 is going to be 1. So this one must be false. In order for this one to be false, 0 greater than 1, right? So I bring it over here. So y greater than 2s plus 1. And then this is my system of inequalities. Now I need to use the calculator to check my work, right? So I hit y equals. Now this one I need y greater than or equal to 3. Alright, so I need to change this one into greater than or equal to. Right, so I hit enter. Alright, change this one into greater than or equal to. And go to OK, hit enter, and then go to the right, clear this one, put 3. Now go down, y greater than 2s plus 1, right? So I have 2s plus 1. And then I'm going to hit graph. And then, yes, look, this guy and this guy right here, they are identical, right? And it's good time to start. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine.